everyone, and welcome to Barrier's Homecoming. I'm Farron Lyons, Miss North Thompson Fall Fair and Rodeo Queen.
And I'm Samantha McDermott, Miss North Thompson Fall Fair and Rodeo Princess. We are holding this event in honor of British Columbia's 150th birthday, and of course the Barrier Homecoming celebration.
This weekend we will be welcoming back many past residents of Barrier and holding many events and festivities to remind us of why Barrier in BC is a great place to be.
There will be a free dinner tonight, so be sure to have your tickets handy. There will also be a dance tomorrow night, so come, enjoy some good music, have fun, and catch up with old friends.
So welcome back, and enjoy your weekend.
And don't forget to check out all the fun and interesting events that will be held this weekend. We'll see you around.
Now, unfortunately, Kevin Kruger would have really loved to have been here today, but they just gave him a promotion and a new job, so he's on a rather steep learning curve at the moment. But that's okay, because he has sent June Phillips here in his place as his representative to say a few words on his behalf. And she's far better looking than Kevin anyway.
I have less facial hair. I know you want to see Kevin. I said to Kevin one day, you know, Kevin, nobody wants to see me. It's terrible filling in and playing that proxy role when they want to see their MLA, but it is a pleasure to be here, and I just want to acknowledge the other honored guests, VIPs, and every one of you that's here to celebrate your homecoming. Kevin does send his apologies. He is in Vancouver today at meetings, and Mike is right, it's a steep learning curve. I don't know, he might have been a little bit surprised at becoming the Minister of Small Business and Revenue. He was really enjoying mining. But you have to know that Kevin has the North Thompson Valley and Barrier in his heart at all times. And he loves the valley and he loves the people here. And I know that he would want to be with you today and this weekend, so he does send his regrets. I do want to say, on his behalf, a great big thank you to Donna Kibble and all of the organizers and volunteers that have put this together. Driving up the valley, it was so beautiful, and just watching Jill that the monument site is really underway, and that's really gratifying. I thought of a quote. Somebody said that no man is an island, that each of us, everything we accomplish now, everything we have accomplished and in the future in large part is due to the contribution of others in the past and those around us that help us and support us. And I think Barrier is a good example of that after the firestorm of 2003, to see the pioneer spirit and the way that everybody cares for one another and looks after each other and has that trailblazing capacity just to pick up the pieces and move forward. So I know that Kevin is very excited about Barrier, about the incorporation, about your mayor and council who are very progressive and forward-thinking. And you've got a lot of reasons to celebrate this weekend, I think. 150 years living in the nicest area in the province, in the best country in the world. So have a great weekend, and good wishes to everyone. Thank you.
You know, well, we're kind of focused on 150 years of history. When you're talking about history in any area, only one person ever gets to be first. So through all the years that Barrier will continue to be here for the next 1,000 years, this is the man who will go down in history as the first ever mayor of Barrier, Mike Fenwick.
Thank you very much, and it's a real pleasure to be your first mayor and to be here speaking to you today. 150 years. Wow, I was rummaging through my sock drawer this morning, and I found a silver dollar that my mom gave me in 1958, which was BC's 100th birthday, and I still have it, and I'm very proud of it. Thinking back 150 years ago when this country was opened up by the fur traders and then, you know, farmers, ranchers, loggers, and everything else, and how far we've come, it's really amazing. And, you know, I'm really excited about the next 50 years as well. This is going to be a great time for Barrier. We're going to be accomplishing great things, and it's going to be a wonderful place to live. So I want you to all enjoy yourself here today. Look at all the exhibits. I was in the Fall Fair of the Old Hall, looking at some of the ball teams from back when I was a kid that I can remember those guys playing ball at the old North Thompson Fall Fair site down at Lewis Creek. And it's the same hall which got moved up here. So it was really amazing. I saw Bobby Celeste in one of the pictures, and I remember when I was about 8 years old, I saw him pitch or strike out 27 batters in a row in a game. So that was really amazing as well. So it's a time to think back on all the good things that we've had and where we're going in the future. So thank you very much.
All right, and the next man I want to bring up to say a few words is past president of the North Thompson Fall Fair Association. He's also been past president of the Local Cattlemen's Association, a long-time community supporter and a very hard-working individual who's done an awful lot for this community. Ed Sally, would you please come up and say a few words?
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Donna. And you know, a lot of things happen in communities like this, but it is with the dedication and resilience and hard work of people like Donna Kibble and her helpers that make it happen. And I really think that that's a key. As my past chair now of BC Cattlemen's, and it's kind of like winding down, but I learned a lot in the last couple of years. And we just had our 80th annual convention in 100 Mile, and this was the 150th year that cattle came across into BC, predominantly to feed the gold rush and the communities, but then it carried on to feed communities and to go further than that. And now BC cattle, probably about 40% of them are shipped offshore or overseas, or mostly across the lines of the state. So the industry has really taken quite a long, hard growing period. It's had a lot of hurdles in the past, and it's having one right now. And the logging industry is in a similar strait. But what comes from these things is probably a bit of a silver lining in that people learn how to do things better and a little bit more leaner. It makes them better off in the going forward, and I think that's what we're going to experience in this situation that we're in now. And as time goes on, we will look back at this as a reflective period of change and adaptation. So doing that, I guess one thing I'd like to point out is the social economic benefit of ranching in the communities all through the province, that it makes it, it's very much a part of the fiber of the community, the ranching industry, because through all the ups and downs, it stays there, and it gets maybe less sometimes and then grows some more and other times when times are better. So I think it'll survive and thrive. Just give it a little bit longer to get back its feet under it. Likewise, the logging industry and the lumber industry. But anyhow, I'd just like to say thank you all for showing up, and of course thanks to Donna and her organizing crew, and have a good time. And don't forget to put your brands on over there at the end of the chicken barn anytime you get a chance to, and tell your neighbors not to come down and do the same, because it'd be great to have a good brand directory here. Thanks.
Welcome home. That's the most important message this weekend. I see everybody's visiting, reminiscing, chatting with friends. I'm what you call a newbie. I've only been here about 16 years, so some of you folks I don't know, but I'm really enjoying making your acquaintance. I do recognize the importance of our pioneer, our ranching community, our logging communities, our mining people. Everybody has contributed to make the North Thompson Valley the wonderful place that it is to live today. And the Fall Fair is celebrating its 59th year this year, so we feel that the Fall Fair is a major player in the history of this valley. And our membership has got together, and we have instigated the brand burning onto the cedar boards. Those boards will be mounted on the back of the grandstands with plaques underneath every brand. So if you or someone that you know had a brand or still has a brand, we want to hear about it. We'll be here all day tomorrow taking brands, and if you don't make it now, we'll also be here when the fair is on. You can always get a hold of me at the North Thompson Star-Journal. I'd love to have your information. And we don't just want your brand, we want some of the stories that go with it. Brands are part of the heritage of the families that own them. That's the history, that's the form of pride. that's why they're still out there today. When we called for brands, people were bringing them from all over. And it's amazing to see the folks that have held on to those brands all these years. One gentleman tells me that his grandson has the brand tattooed on his arm. It's a form of pride. It goes on forever. And we want to keep that pride here. Of course, we're moving into a new era in livestock industries. Now we've got microchips and ear tags and all kinds of different things. But the brand was the initial form of ownership, and that's a very important part. So please tell your friends, tell your neighbors, bring yours out. And please have a good time. Make sure you get to the Fall Fair Hall. There's so much history, so many wonderful books in there, so many wonderful pictures, and it's cool in there. There's ice cream. Don't forget the ice cream. There's a great place for hamburgers and hot dogs for lunch, and there's a beef barbecue tonight, and that's free. So make sure you register at the Fall Fair Hall. And with that, I'm going to hand the mic over, and everybody have a good time. And I want to see everybody here at the Fall Fair the first Labor Day weekend in September.